Hey, this is Tips for Gamers, and here we're going over how to unlock Monoco Swimsuit in Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Leave a comment if you have any questions or suggestions, and hit subscribe for more. Now, once you've finished Monoco Station and are heading into Old Lumiere, before you go to Old Lumiere, there's going to be an isolated island of a Gestral beach. Now, if you approach the Gestral beach first and complete that puzzle, then that is the time that you will get Monoco's swimsuit. Which is especially great if you don't want Monoco wearing too many outfits on his character because he looks very clunky from the outside itself. Take note, this challenge is a go up parkour challenge, so there are no checkpoints whatsoever. If you fall once, then you're down for the count. So first of all, you're going to jump up on top of this platform, and then you're gonna get close to this boat and just press the jump button to reach on top of it. Same thing with this trash bin. There's no really need to give yourself a jumping start. You just have to jump over onto it to reach for the platform. Next up, you're going to need a sprint jump to go all the way onto this rock itself. Now you can't jump on the rock immediately, but you will have to reach for the next part. When I say reach, you don't exactly need to do any running starts, but just to get up close and press the jump button to reach on top. Jump over onto the next platform, over onto the next, and a familiar platform if you've done the Gestral beach before. From here, there's going to be a grapple point that goes up even more, and then up these ledges that you have to hop onto, and finally, it's time for the start of the challenge itself. From here, it's going to get even more difficult, so be careful of how you try and approach the rest of the puzzle from here. Next up, from saw to saw, there's no real need to jump over, but just to reach onto it. And from here, unfortunately, if you jump from the edge of that, you do need to make a jump. And moving on forward, you'd think that the challenge is almost over, but it's actually not, as you keep jumping and jumping and jumping. Now, there's more to this challenge. This is not it. Now, you're going to take note of the platforms you're going to pass by because, albeit there are no checkpoints on this jumping challenge, there are areas that if you do fall, you can try to aim falling onto those platforms instead. Now, once you do reach the windmill sign here, you're going to use the right side and jump onto the right, moving forward and up until you finally reach the upcoming platform that you can sprint jump over onto. And from here, you're going to be jumping on top of the ledges on this statue, and from here you're just going to start reaching up and grappling onto the next platform. From next to the carousel, make sure you give yourself a running jump and don't over jump like what I did. And from here, you don't need to go up the second floor of the carousel, you just have to get up close to the next parts. And you don't need any running jumps from here, you just have to reach on top of the platforms, at least until you reach the stairs. And from this stairs to the next stairs, you're going to need that running jump. If you miss it, you may just immediately just fall onto, hopefully, a platform. A running jump onto the next mirror, and you may want to do another running jump on the pillar if you're not that confident, but you can just reach for these parts of the area. Grapple onto the boat, and from the boat, it may look like you have alternatives to jump on top of other things, but realistically, you just head over to the one right in front of you. Now, at this point of the challenge, you are actually finally getting close to the end of the challenge. Lastly, you're going to want to either jump on top of that table or running jump like I did if you were speed running the entire thing. And from here, you're going to have to hop on top of these mirrors to try and grapple on top of that boat. It's up to you how you enter up onto this mirror. I'm going to be using this side of the ledge. Jumping up, the Gestral will point towards the next jump for you. You are going to need to get closer to the Gestral itself for the jump to work. And finally, you are reaching the ends of the challenge. So there's one last up on the rope, and at this rope, this is going to be the last part. Again, more of the challenge of just reaching on top of each other. From here, there are two ways. It's much easier to go this way because it's flatter. All you have to do is sprint jump with a running start compared to that side. This side of the challenge may look hard because you're probably tired at this point because of how many jumps you've been doing waiting for the end, but there's not much to worry about this side, this part of the jumps, because whenever you do go up a rope on the challenge, you're technically roping up on top of a new platform, meaning that when you do fall down, you're hopefully going to drop on those platforms instead of all the way down. Hopefully. And one final jump here with the sprint on top of the gate, up the purple platform, up the stone bridge, and you are finally here at your destination with a few more sprint jumps to go with the last few platforms. This is simply just a rotation of going around and around until you find a rope where you're finally at the top itself. Congratulations, you have completed the Gestral Ascension Beach Challenge. And the reward for this parkour is Monoco's swimsuit outfit. Now when you look at Monoko at the moment, he looks pretty bulky for people who don't want him hogging most of the screen. So once you interact with the Gestral on top of the stairs, you will receive the Gestral, the Monoco swimsuit. To equip the swimsuit, head over to the character page, go to Monoco, and then head over to his wardrobe and equip the swimsuit. This way, he's looking less bulky on the screen, and he's actually wearing a swimsuit. Once you finish this, feel free to dance around with the other Gestrals, but there's not really much else to do other than jump all the way down. That's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.